Hello everybody, welcome back to Grand Prix Manager 2. So last time we completed the first season of the 1991 mod. So let's look at the driver lineup for the second season of this mod. And our drivers, we have Thierry Boutsen and Emmanuel Collard, which we kept from last season. We've got Naoki Hattori as our test driver, who's going to give us a good sum of money. And this is the thing I don't get. Hattori's stats are higher than Emmanuel Collard's. So I might put Emmanuel Collard as a test driver and Hattori as a racing driver instead. I'll decide that after we complete the driver lineup. McLaren Honda, we have Ayrton Senna as driver number 1, Pierluigi Martini driver number 2, and Alan McNeish is the test driver. So I think that's a very good lineup, but I don't know if Martini will be capable of matching Ayrton Senna's pace. But who knows, we'll find out when we start the first race. Benetton has Andrea De Series and Michael Schumacher, which I think is a very good lineup indeed. But Mika Hakkinen is the test driver, which I think is really interesting to see. Cause I probably would put Mika Hakkinen as driver number 1 and put Series as the test driver, but I don't know. That's just how the AI wanted to do it. Ferrari, we have Gerhard Berger and Jean Alesi as the drivers, and Emmanuel Pirro is their test driver, which I think is a pretty good lineup indeed, because Berger and Alesi are both very good drivers. Williams, we have Nigel Mansell and Riccardo Patrese. It turns out his name is Patrese and not Patrice. I've been announcing him. But I think that's a very good lineup indeed, even though Mansell is usually quicker than Patrese in this game. Damon Hill is the test driver, which I think is which is very good to see. So I think this Williams will do well. Jordan have Alain Prost and Nelson Piquet as their drivers, which I think is very good for Jordan to have. They've got Bertrand Gachot as their test driver, which I think, if I remember rightly, Bertrand Gachot did pretty good for Jordan, but so was the other guy. I can't remember who the other driver was. I think it was the series. I can't remember now. But anyway, Prost and Piquet as the drivers for Jordan, very good. Minardi has Mark Blundell and Gianni Morbidelli, which I think it's a pretty alright lineup, even though Blundell hasn't been that great this season, but then to be fair, he was in a underpowered Brabham with Brundle. Morbidelli, Pierluigi Martini, I think felt like was the better driver of Morbidelli. Then we got Jos Verstappen as the test driver, which I think is very interesting to see. Brabham, we have Martin Brundle. David Coulthard is in driver number 2, but look at poor Coulthard's stats; they're not that good. And the test driver is Eddie Irvine, which is pretty interesting to see, like an all-British lineup for Brabham. And Lotus, they've got Johnny Herbert and Julian Bailey, which I think is really interesting to see those two together. Pedro Lamy is their test driver. I think that's also another really interesting choice. The Roos has Oliver Beretta and Eric Bernard, which the Roos had the worst engines on the grid, and Aguri Suzuki has been demoted to a test driver, which I don't think the Roos are going to really do that well. I think they're going to be stuck at the back of the grid throughout. Now we have Tyrrell, who has got Hideki Noda, which look at the stats of Noda. Noda is not that good. Satoru Nakajima is the second driver, and their test driver is Volker Weidler. I haven't really figured out how to pronounce his name correctly, but I'll just say Weidler. We'll just say Weidler. Leighton House, we have Paul Bamondo, another driver with horrible stats. We got Goldman, who's got alright stats, and JJ Leto. Now, to be honest, I probably would put JJ Leto as driver number 1 and Bamodo as the test driver, but once again, this is what the AI chose to do, so I'm not going to argue with that. Eric Comas, who was with us last season, he's at Dallara. We got Oliver Gavin, who's the second driver with, again, horrible stats. And we got Montemini. Now, I don't think Dallara's going to do that well, especially when we've got drivers with mediocre stats like that. And that's all of them. So let's get rid now. The problem is we haven't got our new chassis done yet. It's only 52% done. Now, I could hire more people, but first if I'm going to do that, I'm going to put Hariota as the second driver because he's got better stats than Emmanuel Collard. Now I'm going to sack Collard and get another paid driver. I'll get Katayama 5.5 million, which is good. So which means we should be so they're going to pay us 10.8 million for the season, which should cover boats and also cover the engines because we didn't get the engines for free. We're paying for those engines. So let's repair the car. Now I might as well hire some more people just so we can speed up the process of getting the new chassis done. Oh yeah, that car's got no chassis. No, in fact, I won't get another one. We'll get it when the new model is done. So let's hire some more people. Hire a few more. Also, because we got better personnel, we should speed the process more. Okay, here we are at Kyalami for the that's not the Japanese Grand Prix, it's the South African Grand Prix. So let's get Hattori and Naoki Hattori and Boatswain out for a few laps to see what their pace will be like this season. Okay, as you can see, Boatswain has shown he's got some genuine pace, 117.6, and he's over 11 seconds quicker than Naoki Hattori. Now, this is not going off to a good start for Hattori at all, being slower to be that slow from his teammate. But let's just get to the qualifying and just see what happens. Maybe he'll redeem himself as we do or die to try and get some good grid position. Okay, Boatswain has just crashed both drivers have just crashed their qualifying already, so I'll have to end the session. And Hattori's already... Okay, so that was not good that they both just crashed out pretty quickly, and as you can see, Hattori will not be taking part. The only drivers he was quicker than were both the Larousses of Bernard and Beretta, so they're out. Boatswain at least got 9th place, which is pretty good. But then again, we have got better engines, because we're not using the Lamborghini engines that kept, well, breaking down on us. Oh, loads of drivers failing to qualify. But anyway, it's both McLarens and both Ferraris, both Williamses, both Benettons, Boatswain, both Jordans, both Tyrrells, Comas, Blundell, Goldman, Morbidelli, Oliver Gavin, Johnny Herbert, Bamodo, Bailey, and both Brabhams that bring out the rear. So we only have one driver for this, and it happens to be Boatswain. But then he is the better driver compared to Hattori, as we've already shown. But anyway, that's the strategy we're going to do. 2 stops for a 72 lap race. Let's see who's going to stall on the grid. No one has, so we're still in 9th in the grid. Now I'm not expecting to score points, but you never know what might happen here. But anyway, the South African Grand Prix is ready to go now. Okay, no one stalled their car. This Boatswain still 9th. So this makes sense by going to this TV camera here. Okay, as you can see, nothing's changed, I don't think. Yeah, and already the top 8 drivers are already pulling away from Boatswain because they've got the better cars than Ligier does here. Oh wow, Martinez set a new lap record, and already Eric Comas has retired. Okay, so that's our our test driver out of the way, and there's Julian Bailey's Lotus retiring. Okay, so already a couple of retirements in, and we aren't even 10 laps into the race yet. Okay, Satoru Nakajima has now retired also, and so has Belmondo. Okay, so we're getting quite a few drivers retiring left, right, and centre, but to be fair, it's at the back. David Coulthard and Johnny Harbour have retired also. I think they've collided with each other. We'll have a look at the end of the race. Now, what's the... July, engine's fine, everything's fine for our car. For Boatswain, which is good news. Now, because we're using an old chassis, it's well to have got more powerful engines, but it's not going to help the fact that our chassis is so old, and Alien Prost is now last of the runners, which is not great to see. Now, Gavin and Morbidelli have retired. Okay, so quite a lot of retirements coming in. It's the front runners coming to the pits. It's Senna from Berger from Martini, Sears, Lacey, and Patrese, not Patrice, in 6. Ahead of Schumacher and Mansell, and Hideki Noda is retired, so no points for Tyrrell here. 12.2 seconds in the pits. There's all the people who are behind him going past. There's only one driver he's ahead of, and that's Blundell. It's Brabham, which has the Lamborghini engine. And Blundell is going to come out ahead, so he's going to be last of the runs in 14th. Not too surprised, because like I said, old chassis. Okay, Martin's coming in the pits. That's giving Senna the lead. Oh, that's it. I was going to say giving Senna the lead, but no, Martin's got ahead of Senna. I don't know how he did that. And Prost, Boatswain's retired. Okay, we'll find out why. I mean, I could look at this now, but there's no point because, well, we've got better engines, so there's no really point looking. But then again, our problem usually was the electronics that kept dying on us. So, but we tied at the same time as Prost, so it's a possibility it was just a collision, nothing else. Okay, oh no, Gerhard Berger's retired from the race. Okay, for a while there was little activity going on, but now Gerhard Berger's retired, which that's a... wow. So now it means, well, Martini's in the lead, Senna's second, Lacey's third, Patrese fourth, then both Benetton's are 5th and 6th. Oh, now that is unfortunate for Berger, because he was actually doing quite well. I looked away for a bit, but I think he was in 3rd. I think he was definitely in 3rd place, so for him to just retire. Wow. Now Nigel Mansell's retired, but he was outside the point, so... oh wow, and the race is about to end. It looks like Pierluigi Martini is going to be is going to surprise me by winning the first race for McLaren. Ayrton Senna is going to be in 2nd, Alesi will get 3rd for Ferrari, then Patrese will be in 4th, and both Benettons will get the minor points, and Piquet retired also at coming to the very end of the race. But only 9 drivers are going to finish this race. Well, I'm really stunned that Martini had won the race in the McLaren. Okay, they both spun off at the same time, so it was a driver error, not a mechanical fault on this occasion. Okay, as you can see, we starts. Well, we got no points after one race. We're in a 9-way tie for 5th, because why not? Yeah, we're not buying any chassis. We've got the advanced steering already. We've made around 4% progress. 1-2 for McLaren. First career win for Martini, which is good. Let's see what's the car. Okay, I'm actually going to put 9% on the car design, not instead of 80, because I really need the new model to be complete. So anyway, that was a very good first race, even though we didn't finish. But it was a very interesting race, especially since we got some surprising results out of it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, next time will be at Brazil for Interlagos. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye! But we still have 15 seconds to sleep. Oh my god. Okay, I may have made him too quick. 50 miles an hour, excellent power. Yeah, let's try that again. Oh god, I didn't realize I put so much power into this robot. But since it's 15